I have tested a ton of accessories for the iPhone and found a couple of good ones. So if you just bought your new iPhone and want to get something cool for it, I'm gonna help you make the best choice. Everyone has their own priorities, but the first thing I think you might need is an external SSD. There are plenty of options, but I settled on this Samsung T5. I think it's the perfect and relatively budget-friendly choice for anyone who plans on not just shooting videos on their iPhone 15 Pro, but also editing them from the same SSD. This is a really small drive and its speed exceeds the minimum speed Apple is asking for to record ProRes. This way I can just plug the SSD to my iPhone and start recording. Right now you might ask, why am I suggesting T5 and not T7? Well, first of all, I have T5 and can vouch for it. Second, T5 is a bit better for video editing than T7. But if you're not so pro, you can just go for T7. It has higher read and write speeds for short bursts and has better storage protection. The choice is ultimately yours, but I know people who just use T7 and are super happy with it. I will leave a link to both drives in the description for you. Another accessory I found myself using every day recently is this 3-in-1 charging station from PowerPeak. The main reason being the new standby mode added in iOS 17. When I go to sleep, I just put my phone to charge and the always-on display shows me clock, calendar, weather. You know how it works. And as a nice bonus, I can also charge 2 more devices from the same station: Apple Watch and AirPods. I think if you're someone who likes to sleep without your watch but needs it charged in the morning, this can be a great choice.
Seems better than MagSafe Duo.
Whoa. Yeah, Manuel, better and cheaper. And to make things even better, it comes with a cable and an adapter, freeing valuable sockets and reducing cable clutter. I should get one of these for my desk too. Since I've mentioned charging, there's one more item I found myself using lately: MagSafe battery pack from Apple. I know Apple has stopped making it, but you can still find it at Amazon or Best Buy. I admit, $100 is a lot to ask for a glorified power bank, but it's been really useful. I do use my phone a lot during the day and found that it's easier to carry this battery pack around rather than charge the phone each day via cable. I didn't yet buy the MagSafe Puck, but it costs like $30, and with this battery pack, it's basically included. The battery pack uses lightning, but since I have enough cables, it's not an issue for me. So if I want, I can just connect the battery pack via cable and use it as a MagSafe charger during the day. Since it's an Apple-made product, it shows in the batteries and is constantly communicating with the phone. This way it knows exactly how much charge the phone needs, which helps avoid overcharging, thus preserving the battery health a bit better. I initially bought it for my 14 Pro, but with 15 Pro, it's still very much useful. And of course, how can I forget about the case? For the 14 Pro, I used Apple's leather case, but they don't make it anymore. But you know, as it goes, if there is the demand, the supply will follow. And that's how I found the Aspen case by Andar. It's made out of full grain leather and has a soft microfiber inner lining. This way it doesn't scratch the phone while being super nice to the touch. Look at this leather, proper piece with texture and everything. In a few months it will get that nice patina and look even better. And there is a vegan leather option available too. The ring around the camera looks really nice and the buttons are metal alloy. They don't rattle. The quality is impeccable, for the lack of a better word. And it has MagSafe, so it works with all the accessories. The magnets are really strong and I never worry about my battery pack flying away when I swing the hand to answer the call. Andar really nailed the case this time and made something that is just as good as what Apple used to make. And in one way, even better, it's cheaper. $55 for such a high quality case is a bargain. I will leave a link in the description and be sure to use my code for a 15% site-wide discount. One of the biggest focuses of the iPhone 15 Pro is the camera system, and I actually own this set of Moment lenses with a case. I originally bought them for 14 Pro, but with a new case for 15 Pro, they will work just fine. What I like about this lens pack is that the lenses are super high quality, and they are super easy to attach too. I just put in a case with a little insert in the camera area, and the lenses snap in with a little twist. It's that easy. As for the lenses themselves, I have 4 of them: macro, telephoto, wide, and anamorphic.
I used to buy cheap lenses from AliExpress like 7 years ago just to have some fun with fisheye.
Well, phones were simpler back there. Only one camera, so we had to. But now there are more for creative people. Well, talking about the lenses deserves a full video, so I'm gonna keep it brief here. Macro lens gives nice background blur and gives a bit more magnification than the standard ultra-wide macro. Telephoto lens allows making 48 megapixel wide-angle shots, which is really cool, and helps to somewhat fix the only issue of the iPhone's ultra-wide camera. Same goes for the telephoto camera. I can make 48 megapixel shots with 2x magnification, so with a little persuasion, it should be possible to get native 4x shots. And anamorphic, it's really cinematic, but needs some getting used to. Very decent setup if you want to try your luck as a mobile filmmaker. And if that's the case, you're definitely gonna need a proper stabilization. Action mode is really good, but I think that 4K would be a bit better than 2.8K. So I've got this DJI Osmo Mobile 6. It's easy to pack and take with you on the go, and it folds up quickly and easily. The controls are simple and intuitive, and the DJI Memo app makes it easy to get started. This stabilizer can track objects automatically, so if you want to start your YouTube channel, it can be a great tool for shooting fly rounds and other B-rolls. Or you can use it for vlogging, for shooting sports, your adventures. The only limit is your creativity, as they say. Osmos have always been great at stabilizing the phone, and this time it's no exception. There's just one thing to remember. This is a 3-axis stabilizer, and it can counter vertical movement. So if you move slowly with a lot of vertical shaking, you better turn on action mode. But even so, it's the best way to stabilize the video. I will leave a link to it in the description. There's one more cool thing I sometimes use, this Rode NT USB microphone. I know it's not a cheap microphone, but it's really nice. Aside from obvious benefits like great sound quality, pop filter, and tripod included, it is a great companion for my iPhone. Since it has both a USB and a headphone output jack, I can connect it to my phone either via USB adapters or buy a Type-C to headphone jack adapter for $10. Again, it's not cheap, but that's what I got, and I can vouch for it. Moving on. As for the adapters and hubs, I use two different ones. The first one is made by Satechi. It's a bit bulky, but gives a really nice port selection. HDMI, Type-C, couple of USB-A ports, SD card readers of 2 sizes, Ethernet, and even VGA. This selection is a lot, enough to turn the iPhone into a proper workstation. The Type-C cable is detachable for easier carrying, and the quality is really nice. I use this hub also with my MacBook, so I've had enough time to test it thoroughly. It's really good. A bit too bulky if you ask me, but real good. The second hub is this 8-in-1 hub from Uni Accessories. This one I usually use when I travel, and its rubbery outer bumper is more than capable of protecting from fall damage. Type-C cable is also removable. As for the port selection, here it's almost identical to the previous one with one difference. The VGA port is replaced with an additional USB-A. In my case, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but still.
That's a lot of stuff to carry around.
Yeah, that's what being a tech YouTuber means. You'd be surprised, but I'm not done yet. I also carry a standard power bank in case the battery pack runs out of juice. Mine is made by PowerPeak and has the capacity of 10,000 milliamp hours. It's just a regular power bank with one twist. It supports power delivery, which means faster charging for the phone and my MacBook if needed. It has all the safety measures in place, so charging with it doesn't do any damage to the battery. And probably the most often used accessory that I have is my pair of AirPods Pro 2. We made a video about them on the channel a while back, so if you want to buy yourself a pair, be sure to check out our review first. And only after that, click the link in the description. I use them basically all the time when I'm not recording videos. I use them to relax with music or movies, or to focus on work in complete silence, or just listen to ambient sounds before going to bed. There's only one thing about them that makes me sad: the lightning port. I bought them a couple months before the Type-C case came out. It's not a huge issue for me, but I would like them to have Type-C from the start. And no, I'm not that rich to buy a new pair just for the new port. Some things that I mentioned I use more frequently, some less, but I use them all. I will leave all the links in the description just to make things a bit easier for you. Buying accessories is only a part of customization. The other part is apps. And we made a couple of nice videos about that in the past. Be sure to give them a watch.